Welcome back to the Broadway show. I'm Tamsin Fidel. Let's get back to it.
Barry Manilow is a music legend, and now the new musical Harmony from Barry Manilow and collaborator Bruce Sussman is about to make its debut in New York City.
Let's check back in with Paul Wontorek.
The longtime friends and collaborators are thrilled to bring their show to New York for a limited run. It tells the story of the biggest singing sensation of pre-Nazi Germany. A production of the National Yiddish Theater Volksbühne. It plays at the Museum of Jewish Heritage. Gentlemen, you've been working on this show for 30 years on and off. So what I mostly want to say on the eve of your New York debut is congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do you feel? How does it feel to be at this point?
It's thrilling and
exciting.
This building built about remembering. What better place for the show to make its New York debut than here?
This is the story of the Comedian Harmonists, which is a singing group from Germany. What about this story has really kept you inspired over all this time?
Yeah, we felt like it was our duty to make people aware of this group. They were so talented, and their story is so tragic. Nobody remembers them, and people should. They were a very, very inventive, entertaining group that should not have gone away. They were so popular, and nobody remembers them. So it's our duty to make people aware of them.
You met actually before Barry became a global superstar.
Oh yes.
And I've heard you say that if that hadn't happened, you could have been the next Rodgers and Hammerstein, or maybe writing Broadway musicals years ago.
He screwed everything up with this pop career.
Yeah, I know, he hates me for that. That Mandy record.
When I met him, he had already written a very successful show called The Drunkard, which ran on 13th Street for 75 years. So I said, okay, I have a theater writer here. And he had been in the BMI Music Theater Workshop, so had I, and we thought this is what we're going to do.
That's what I was going to do. I was going to be a composer, a Broadway composer, an arranger for pop music. You know, I was playing piano for everybody in New York, everybody. The idea of singing and entertaining was never anywhere in my head, ever. Making records as a singer or as a performer, no. I was going to be anything else but that.
You also wrote a little song that I love about a showgirl named Lola who works at Copacabana. Yeah. We all love this song. Very different, I'm assuming, from the score of Harmony.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the music of Harmony like?
Well, it's a grab bag of different styles. That's what they did. They did every style, and so I dove in and wrote different styles. Each song is totally different than the song before. It's not the same. It's not the same sound, and I loved doing it.
You have the super talented Tony winner Warren Carlyle directing, choreographing. You have an amazing cast, including some Broadway favorites: Chip Zien, Sierra Boggess, amazing group. What's it been like watching this new group sort of embrace your show and bring it to life?
Thrilling.
That's the word.
And they're so young. This is the youngest group of comedian harmonists we've ever had. They sound like the Backstreet Boys. They're that young. And you know, the comedian harmonists were the Backstreet Boys of their day.
Yeah.
And so it's like perfect, these young guys, but they're so young, I hate them. They're so young and so talented.
It's a very difficult show to cast. Sierra is a veteran, Chip is a veteran, but the 6 guys, they have to be young, they have to be triple threats, and one of them has to sing in the stratosphere, and one has to sing in the basement, and they have to be able to act and dance. And I mean, it's amazing. And these 6 are hands down, in terms of the sound they're creating, the most authentic 6 we ever had.
Yeah.
What is your biggest wish of what audiences will walk out of sort of knowing about these men and their story?
That they were there. One of our characters says, bottom line is, I would just like people to know that 3 Jews, 3 Gentiles got together and made harmony and found harmony in the broadest sense of the word, and that they not be forgotten.